The Ultimate Trivia Podcast.
Hello and welcome in to the Ultimate Trivia Podcast, the show where knowledge is power and laughter is the only reward. We've got the whole crew here with us, as we always do. Kelly, Scott, Brian, Nick, and I am your host, Andy. Say hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, hey.
Hey. Hey-o.
Today, we have a very special episode planned for you. Today, we're talking turkey. Literally. It's our Thanksgiving special.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right.
We are here to test your knowledge on everything from cranberries to football. Whether you're a Thanksgiving history buff or just here for the pie, the episode is going to stuff your brain as much as it'll stuff your face. My personal favorite holiday.
Really?
Is it?
Food, family, football. I don't know how you can go wrong with that trio.
The three Fs. I have a different three Fs.
I think it's probably mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Thanksgiving is a time-honored tradition in the United States dating back to the early 17th century. It evolved from a simple harvest celebration to a nationwide day of thanks filled with feasting, football, and family. From the Macy's parade to post-dinner naps, Thanksgiving combines history, food, and modern customs in a unique way. Today, we'll dive into some fun facts about the holiday, leaving you stuffed with more than just turkey.
Ooh, well
We're
done.
going to pun this one up, baby.
Lots of stuff. I've heard a lot about being stuffed.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump right into the question of the week. This was not submitted. I actually just came up with this one on my own, and it's more just to learn about my friends here. Is there a particular side dish that you look forward to? Now, before you answer that, I want to know what the dish is, but I also want to know who makes it. So you can't say mashed potatoes. I want to hear Grandma Rosie's mashed potatoes or something like that. And maybe you don't have one, and that's okay. But is there anything out there? I'm going to leave it open.
Yeah. My mom's broccoli casserole. Nice. Absolutely. That's my favorite side. Yep.
Tell me about it.
Oh, it's just fantastic. You got the cream cheese and all that.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, what's
delicious.
in it?
Yeah.
Every time I think broccoli, I think Brian.
Yeah. Well, we know that. No,
Tell us how she makes broccoli unhealthy.
I don't make. Oh, well, there's a lot of cream cheese in it. I already said
cheese,
that.
yeah.
So, but it's delicious. I've had other people's, but hers is the best. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with this side dish.
What's in it? Scotty?
Cream cheese and broccoli, at
That's
least.
it?
There's more, but I mean,
There's more, and then like
there's some
cracker crumbles.
crumbs in there.
Okay.
But it's really good.
But I would imagine it's largely cream cheese, broccoli, but I don't know what else is in it. But we can get the recipe and let you know.
I'm curious.
Hey, Mom, if you're listening, I don't want to wait till Thanksgiving, so hop on that.
That's something, right? Like, there are certain dishes that only make appearances certain times of the year or certain holidays, and Thanksgiving probably takes the cake on that one. When have you had stuffing not on Thanksgiving?
Okay, so
Okay, yes.
my wife brought this up within the last few months, and she was like, why don't we have stuffing more often? So within the last, I don't know, month or so, we had like grilled some chicken. We had stuffing with it, green beans.
And now you
done a
ruined this
roll
year's Thanksgiving. Congratulations.
I must have been transitioning phones that day because I did not get that invitation.
No, I'm sorry.
Scott, you're just bucking the system, bro.
That's right.
Right. Same
Ballsy.
thing with turkey. We
Yeah.
had the same conversation. Why don't you have turkey more often?
All of it.
Other than like lunch meat, you know.
And it's overrated. That's why.
Well, depending on its preparation, I would argue. I know it's
I'm a
not
turkey
a
fan.
You like the
I
turkey?
like turkey. Oh, yeah.
Any,
It's okay.
Any special preparation for it? What's your favorite?
Not necessarily. Best
Fried,
I had was
smoked.
Fried was the best I ever
Fried.
had. But as long as it's juicy, I'm pretty,
Yeah.
yeah.
My brother. I have two younger brothers. One of them's 13 years younger than I am. And that one, Kyle, shout out. He smoked a turkey for us a couple of years ago for the first time. Ruined me for all other types of turkey.
Nice.
Far and away the best.
Smoked is the best.
Yeah.
It is.
No doubt about it. Any, Kelly, Nick, any particular side dish that you look
You're not
forward
even a
to
turkey
starting
fan, so your
in
opinion
August?
doesn't count.
I can understand that.
I'd do a green bean casserole, but I don't have a specific family member that makes.
Just the
My
standard.
sister, yeah, it's pretty standard, but I enjoy it.
You got the onion
Yeah.
things. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That is one of the least healthy things on earth, I think, with that cream of mushroom soup in there.
Yeah.
My wife makes a pretty good sweet potato casserole.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Marshmallows,
Marshmallows on top,
brown sugar,
a ton of butter,
Mhm.
brown sugar. Like, yeah. Not healthy at all.
Not a fan? Yeah. Well, no. I mean,
I don't like sweet potato.
aside from the turkey, none
I
of
like
it's
sweet
all that healthy,
Oh, true.
actually.
Yeah.
So stay with me on mine here. I'm
Okay.
going to say gravy. Now, I know that's not a side, but it goes over all of the sides.
counts.
True.
It goes over the stuffing. It goes over the
Yeah,
mashed potatoes.
Good point.
And whatever else may be there is probably going to get some gravy on it.
And you just sop it
And
up with a
it's-
biscuit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my goodness. You are
And it's
making me
good
so hungry.
because it's made from the turkey drippings. Mix in some flour to thicken it up a little bit, salt and pepper.
What's that called, Scott?
I don't remember.
Maybe it's a roux.
Yeah.
A roux.
A little flour and
roux.
turkey fat.
So mom made it. She showed me how to make it. It's taken me a little time to get it right with the consistency. Sometimes comes out a little thicker than it should or runnier, but I think I got it down now. But that would be my, not really a side, but it goes over all the sides.
Well, this is not planned, but it is the perfect segue into phase 2 of this question.
Oh, okay.
Most people are one or the other. Everything has its place on the plate or everybody in the pool. I want to hear from each of you. Where do you stand?
Everything has a place.
Everything has its
Yes.
place.
Things will get mixed a little bit.
Okay.
Can't avoid it. It's going to happen. But everything has its own spot. And I try not to mix them too much.
Okay.
Other than corn and mashed potatoes. Those can always go together.
Exactly.
Nailed it.
He said exactly how I separate, but corn and mashed potatoes, that's okay.
Yes.
Sometimes I will even spoon a little corn on there. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
separate for sure.
Yeah. Kelly?
Goulash, I'll just mix it all together.
Might as well,
Like,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have dinner. I'm starving.
Scotty's giving me an approving nod. Of
to the
Everything
same
in
place.
the pool except for if there's bread.
Yeah.
Keep the bread
Keep
separate.
well, sir.
You put all that stuff on the bread and then you take a bite.
Well, I mean, you are making me hungry now too, but
You guys are like cavemen. Do you even use utensils when you eat?
I'm going to tell you
Mix all
something
together
here.
even with your hands?
That's optional.
So to reveal my answer is pretty straightforward. It is everybody in the pool. But to highlight that even further, the day after, or sometimes later that day, you don't get a plate. You get a bowl and a scoop of everything into the bowl, into the microwave. And yeah, it becomes a concoction of,
Yeah.
it's goulash.
My buddy's dad makes must go. Everything must go.
Oh, yeah.
there you go.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. So then, to close this out, your perfect fork. What is on the perfect bite of Thanksgiving dinner? Is it individual pieces? Is it a little of this and that and this and that and a dip of gravy?
It's some mashed potatoes with some green bean casserole and then stab it with a piece of turkey and it all goes in the hole.
No stuffing?
You can add that too, yeah.
Okay, gravy?
Sure.
Sure, throw it all in there. Yeah. Well, Scott and I already said we like everything together. Anyway,
Yeah.
So,
I
how about you?
I prefer everything separated, but I do enjoy turkey, mashed potatoes, and corn on one bite with some gravy.
Yeah.
I also like a little bit of the sweet potato casserole on the turkey as well.
With the turkey, mashed potatoes, a little corn, and
I can do
gravy.
that
So,
too
yeah,
as well.
I got
Yes,
you.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian?
Nailed it again.
Oh, boy.
Brian and I are kindred
We're on the
spirits.
same
That's right.
page. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's right around the corner.
It is.
Good deal. Well, thank you for sharing those answers. Let's get to some trivia, huh? It's time for the main event, our 10-question trivia game on all things Thanksgiving, and I will be your host for this episode. Here's how it works. I'll read out the questions, and you'll write your answers on your whiteboards. When I say reveal, you'll show your answer. If you get it right, you earn a point. If you don't, well, we'll have to roast you harder than the turkey and Christmas vacation. Let's see who ends up on top today. Scorekeeper,
I got it.
attaboy Nick. Question number 1. Fill in the blank in this sentence. Thanksgiving always falls on the blank Thursday of November. Nick and Scott are quick. Kelly's in thought. Nope. Did I miss an answer?
It's written down.
Oh, very good. Wow. And Brian came to it pretty quickly, too. It looks like we are all ready for an answer. Let me read it one final time. Let's fill in the blank. Thanksgiving always falls on the blank Thursday of November. Let's see them. We got 4th from Nick, from Scott, 3rd from Kelly, and 4th from Brian. The correct answer is the 4th Thursday of the month. I thought maybe we would trick someone up a little bit on that, saying maybe the last was the word. The last Thursday of the month, which would be inaccurate, of course.
Yeah, I feel like you should have specified then it's a number.
Well, I
If it-
intentionally didn't
Okay,
for that
right,
reason.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last would be wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, that's right. Thanksgiving always lands on the fourth Thursday of November. This tradition was solidified when President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed it into a bill in 1941. There you go.
I feel like that's a waste of government resources, but okay. Good old FDR.
Good old FDR. Let's see. That'd have been just shy of his famous day that lives in infamy speech, right? I mean, weeks before. Oh, assuming he did it close to the actual day.
Right.
Did he
Yeah.
include it with the New Deal?
When he was talking to his tailor about how he wanted his tailor cut next to his bunghole.
I don't know the story. No, what are you talking about?
It's a recording. Look it up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I don't know that one.
FDR talking to his tailor. Is that what we're looking up? That's what we're searching there?
All right.
Okay. All right. Moving on to question number 2. Which president gave us the gift of a yearly Thanksgiving, making sure we had an excuse to stuff our faces with turkey and pie? We are looking for the president that signed Thanksgiving into existence as a national holiday. Scotty was pretty fast on the board there. I'm impressed. that he
Correction.
came to an answer.
Correction. I think that was LBJ.
LBJ was the
Taylor.
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 Okay, I'm glad you did. Which president gave us the gift of the yearly Thanksgiving holiday, making sure we had an excuse to stuff our faces with turkey and pie? We didn't even talk pies.
No, we
didn't
didn't.
get to
Oh,
that.
we can come back to that.
We'll have to come back to that
Love
later.
a good pie.
All right, everybody got an answer?
Yeah.
Let's reveal.
Brian's rocking.
Brian is finishing out. We got Kelly with Woodrow Wilson, Abraham Lincoln from Scott, Lincoln from Nick, Lincoln from Brian. That is the correct answer. Good old Honest Abe in 1863.
Don't know why that his name popped in my head.
Yeah.
Did.
How'd you get there so quick, Scott? That was just
Yeah.
in there?
I just came back from Washington, D.C. and saw that somewhere.
I call, I don't know, some kind of fake or something, or
What, Tyler?
cheating. I don't know. You're cheating by learning.
Right.
That is not fair.
And you learned this fact. You touched on this fact while you were in D.C.
Because we went to Ford's Theater and there's a museum there about Lincoln and all that. So, yeah.
How about that?
That is not fair.
Yeah. How'd you get there?
I don't. For some reason, that name just popped in my head.
made
I don't
sense.
have a good reason why.
Yeah.
It just did.
Same way, Brian?
I know things.
Yeah, you do. That's what I've heard. I've been told. Well, good old Abe made Thanksgiving a national holiday in 1863. He hoped it would help unite the country during the Civil War. And while we're at it, let's give him a little extra credit for being a trendsetter in the holiday game. You know, it was one of the first holidays that was established as a national holiday.
Really?
So he, we can thank him to some degree for Memorial Day and Labor Day and all that good stuff there.
Good job, Abe.
Yeah, nice work.
Big fan.
All right. Well, let's move on to question number 3, eh?
Hey, we Canadian now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to all of our Canadian listeners. They sailed across the ocean in search of a new life and a future full of feasts. What was the name of the ship that carried the pilgrims to America? Could argue this isn't necessarily Thanksgiving, but it's not a big stretch to get here either. They sailed across the ocean in search of a new life and a future full of feasts. What was the name of the ship that carried the pilgrims to America? Brian was quick.
That was pretty quick.
Nick was quick. You got an answer down?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody feel good?
Yeah.
Anybody need to hear it again?
No,
Nope.
I'm
I
good.
don't.
Let's turn them around. We've got the Mayflower all the way around the room. Well done. Everybody gets a point.
I'm on the board.
That way.
Hey.
Well, I don't really know much about the Pilgrims other than they sailed on the Mayflower, and they are credited with, the first feast. Mm-hmm. I know there is a Charlie Brown that deals with Thanksgiving and tells the story. I think John Smith, who made contact and stuff, but
Yeah.
don't know a ton about the history.
That's not accurate.
Is it not?
I don't think it was John Smith, was it?
I don't know. I think
Oh,
it
okay.
was, actually.
Okay.
I know a lot of them
Sounds right.
died.
No, that actually
He was an early
sounds
settler.
right.
Yeah.
Maybe
sure,
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas, yeah, John Smith.
Okay.
Oh, was that related to Thanksgiving?
Well, Same time frame.
I don't know.
it was all, you know.
Pilgrims, Thanksgiving, they go hand in hand.
It's
I don't
just-
know.
Right.
Scotty, you were just in Washington. Tell us more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We go to
Yeah,
Plymouth
they
Rock.
cover that.
Isn't that
Yeah,
where they landed? Oh, yeah. They landed in Plymouth Rock, right?
They did.
on it,
I don't know
or
if
in
it
it?
landed on us.
I was going to say, some people feel it landed on them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Well, the Mayflower brought 102 passengers to the New World in 1620. And it's safe to say they weren't prepared for the New England winter that hit them. But hey, at least they ended up with a feast to remember.
Do you have any more questions about pilgrims
I do not.
specifically? I'm pretty sure like half of them that came on the Mayflower, half of them died.
On the trip or once
No,
they
I
got
think
here?
maybe once they got here, like 102 set sail, and I think only like 50 survived.
Okay, so
something like that.
This is
Yeah.
ringing a bell with the Charlie Brown thing, and I'm recommitting to John Smith. I'm pretty sure that he was not the instigator, but the mediator between the natives and
I can't dispute you.
Yeah, he might have been. Yeah.
Pocahontas.
Go ahead.
Pocahontas.
Yeah.
I thought Pocahontas helped Lewis and Clark during the westwards
Yeah.
expansion.
No.
Isn't that right?
There's a cartoon
Hey.
I watched with my kids years ago, and I'm almost positive it was John Smith, Pocahontas. They helped the tribe and the Pilgrims get together.
Maybe John Smith. I have wrong again.
I think it is John
anyway.
Smith.
I got nothing.
Whatever.
We'll fact check it, but I don't know what the future
Probably not.
questions are, so I don't want to say any names.
Listeners, please make fun of us for not having a clue what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
I have a name in my head, but I don't want to say it. But maybe it's not a future.
Oh, say the
Okay.
name.
Yeah, we don't really dive back into the history of, we do the history, but not people. Never mind. We'll talk about it later. Let's move on to question number 4.
All right.
All right. Once the turkey is eaten and the pie is gone, it's time for some serious shopping on the day after Thanksgiving. What's the name of this epic sales day? I would argue that this is a black eye on human society in general. But everybody seems to have a pretty quick answer to the board. I'm going to read it again here.
People trampling each other.
I mean, some of the videos that come out are
unbelievable.
just
Hey,
savage.
unbelievable.
Over a sale.
You
Over a
gotta,
simple
yeah, $25 off that TV. You got to kill another human
elbows,
for it.
right? Yeah. All right. Once the turkey is eaten and the pie is gone, it's time for some serious shopping on the day after Thanksgiving. What's the name of this epic sales day? Let's see the boards. Sure enough, we've got Black Friday all the way around. Although I'd argue it's turning into a Black Thanksgiving as those sales keep getting early and earlier and earlier.
Absolutely.
Anybody ever got in line at midnight type of deal and really just leaned into the whole Black Friday thing?
My wife kind of has gone pretty bonkers with it, but I never have.
Yeah.
No.
Not once have I
no.
gotten up at 4 a.m. to get a deal on a pair of pants.
Yeah. There was a time. There was one time I stood in line. It was not a midnight dealio. I got there an hour before they opened at 8 a.m. or whatever, and it was a computer,
Black Friday, though?
a Black Friday
Okay.
deal. And of course, they had 6 of them. By the time I get in there, they were gone. And so I bought something far more expensive because I was there to buy a computer.
I would have paid extra not to have to wait. in
Yeah,
line
well,
to
I
do
would
all that.
now. Yeah, but my life's a little different now than it was when I
Well,
was.
but Black Friday's been
public
hurt a little
educator.
bit because of online shopping.
Oh, yeah.
now,
Yeah.
Too, so
Yeah.
I think there's even a name for the Monday. too.
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
so
And I
it's
got to
changed.
believe that's taking hold.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I have done that.
Cyber Monday?
Yeah, because you don't have to leave your house.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, are the deals comparable in terms of the intensity of the discount?
Yes.
Yeah,
Are they?
you can get some really good deals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's much more technology driven.
Right.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
no,
You know,
it's huge. It's end of year sale. They're trying to get rid of everything.
Yeah.
You
it's
don't
worth
have to
it.
put on pants.
Anybody know why it's called Black Friday?
I do not.
Yeah, because retailers
know.
it puts
In
them
the
into
black.
the black for the year.
Yep.
That's exactly
Oh,
right.
okay.
And I knew that before this, for the record. But
Yep.
Black Friday gets its name from retail stores moving into the black, meaning turning a profit. People love the crazy deals, but it also marks the start of the holiday shopping madness. Are you one of those brave souls out shopping at dawn? Listeners, if you have a crazy Black Friday story, I'd love for you to send it in to us at the Ultimate Trivia Podcast at gmail.com. You give us a good one, we'll read that on the air. I just really feel bad for humans when I see those videos, but it's kind of like a train wreck, right? You can't really look away from it.
It makes me think of the Seinfeld episode when they're talking about Festivus.
Yeah.
And George's dad going to the store to buy the doll for George. And raining blows down upon him. You know, that's what I think of.
There's got to be a better way.
There has to be a better way.
I love it.
Now, it wasn't Black Friday, but I did, when the mini NES came out,
I remember that.
I did drive 45 minutes at 2 a.m. and lined up outside of a Target and stood there for however many hours.
How long was it? That was pretty ambiguous. How many hours did you wait?
Well, like I said, I got there probably 2:30, 2:40 because it was 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
Left here around 2 a.m. So from 2:40 in the morning till when they opened at 8, 9 in the morning.
Okay, so there wasn't like a special opening.
Wow.
No, and actually what happened was at like 6:30, 7 in the morning, the manager came out and handed out passes. Like we have 7 units. So the first 7 people got a pass. And then the line could disperse. And then I went and had breakfast and then came back when they opened with my pass.
So you were one of the first 7. Were you first in line?
No, I was like 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually came straight from the bar. So at about 4 in the morning, I had to pee really bad. And the people around me were nice enough to hold my spot while I
okay,
found
that
the
gives
place.
me a little more faith in
I thought you were
humanity.
saying the
again.
people are nice enough to hold your cup for
I
you.
mean,
Nope.
if I was number 8 on that and somebody had to step out of line,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a lot more friendly than a Black Friday
I'm sure.
thing. Yeah.
I'm sure that's
much nerdier, I assume.
yeah, probably.
Right.
Once for my first iPad, I went to Target locally, but I got there maybe an hour before they opened.
Yeah.
And they came out, did the same thing, kind of told us what they had.
Yeah.
Started, what do you want? What do you want? They didn't have it, so I had to run to another Target, and I got it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time video games specifically, like a new release of a Madden or a Grand Theft Auto before you could digitally download it. That was a midnight release was a popular thing, and kids would line up.
Sure.
All right, let's hit number 5 here, huh? And then we'll do a score tally.
Yep.
Which U.S. state couldn't wait to celebrate and was the first to officially make Thanksgiving a yearly holiday? So to clarify, in case you're confused, this is prior to it becoming a national holiday. So it was a state-awarded holiday. Which state was it? Brian on the fire over here with the board. Kelly got a quick answer down. Writing from Nick and Scott. Brian, do you just know this? This is just in there?
No, I mean, I had a guess, educated guess, but I mean, we'll see.
And we don't want to second guess it. How about you, Kelly? You also had a quick
Want
answer.
to write it out?
Just, I think it's an educated guess.
Felt like it was the right one, huh?
Feels right. Feels right.
I'm not fixing my spelling. I know I messed it up.
Oh, okay. That confuses me.
I know what state you picked, though.
Yeah, I think I do too, actually, now. All right, let's read it one more time. The United States couldn't wait. Excuse me. Which U.S. state couldn't wait to celebrate and was the first to officially make Thanksgiving a yearly holiday? Let's see the boards. We got Massachusetts from Nick and Scott and Kelly. We have Delaware from Brian. And unfortunately, we do not have a correct answer in the room.
Pennsylvania?
Nope. Keep coming.
Virginia,
Keep going.
Rhode Island?
Nope.
New York.
Yes.
What?
New York
Really?
State. That's the one.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. I didn't realize that there was even a time prior to it becoming a actual holiday where it was acknowledged. But yeah, well, New York officially adopted Thanksgiving as a yearly holiday in 1817. So I mean, almost a solid 50 years before it got moved into the national holiday, right? Apparently, they loved the idea of the big feast and family time so much that they didn't want to wait for Lincoln to make it official across the nation. I'm not sure they knew who Lincoln was yet, but I like the idea of it. Well, I think we are ready for a score update, Nicholas.
Currently, myself, Scott, and Brian are all tied for first with 4 correct answers.
How about that?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Kelly, trailing behind by just a little bit. He's got 2.
Okay. Okay. There's plenty of time to make up that ground. Let's move on to question number 6. Which U.S. president decided to spare a turkey's life with the first official turkey pardon? This wording is very important. Which U.S. president decided to spare a turkey's life with the first official turkey pardon, ensuring at least one bird a happy Thanksgiving? First official. Brian's headed to the board. We got a lot of thinking, staring off into the distances happening. Searching the depths. Which U.S. president decided to spare a turkey's life with the first official turkey pardon, ensuring at least one bird had a happy Thanksgiving? Nick, you got an answer down?
I got an answer down.
Okay.
I mean, it's a shot in the dark.
Yeah, well, I mean, a question like this, we should have a president on a board,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Scotty, same way?
Yeah. I'm going back to what first popped in my head.
Got it.
I have another thought, but I'm just going to stick with the first.
Good deal. Okay, Ray?
I have an answer.
You do. Brian?
Yeah, I have an answer. But there was a handful of presidents in my head, though. So,
Okay.
Like, I feel like I remember hearing about this, but I
that's what I'm
just don't
saying.
remember how long ago when it started,
sure.
you know?
Right.
That's why there's several in my head. So I took a shot.
We'll see.
Okay. Well, let's reveal. We've got Obama from Nick, JFK from Scott, Gerald Ford from Kelly, Jimmy Carter from Brian, and unfortunately, we do not have a correct answer in the room.
Before you read it, for some reason, popped in my head,
Teddy Roosevelt.
George Bush,
Which one?
the first.
That's right. That is the George H.W. is the correct answer.
I felt like it was a newer thing,
Yeah.
you know. With,
He was one of the ones in my head, but I had several. Not
Yeah.
that I knew it. I had several.
Yeah.
like that, he popped in my head, and I was like,
So I thought it was
it's
fairly
gotta-
recent.
It's
It
got to be
wasn't-
more recent than
Yeah.
that.
I would have guessed more recently. I did not realize this was the case until I researched
Dang
this
it.
question. I would have been. I actually probably would have gone W because I remember him doing that also.
Okay. I don't remember any president doing it, so
Yeah.
I just figured it had to be more recent.
Well, the tradition of a turkey pardon started in 1989 when George H.W. Bush decided to show some mercy to one lucky turkey. While previous presidents like JFK, Truman, and Reagan, and even a few first ladies like Pat Nixon and Rosalind Carter all pardoned turkeys, it was H.W. that made it an annual and formal event. The turkey gets to live out the rest of its days in peace, probably somewhere far away from the gravy bowl.
A little fun fact. Unfortunately, that turkey was murdered 2 weeks later.
Eaten by a turkey hawk. Yeah,
DC
turkey
is
buzzard.
dangerous.
Yeah. Scotty, do you feel shorted at all? You had a correct president that had pardoned a turkey.
I do not feel shorted. You were very clear.
Yeah.
And the other president in my head was not even close. So
Okay.
feeling okay.
Well, I would have preferred some controversy, but I appreciate your understanding. All right, moving on to question number 7. When roasting a turkey for Thanksgiving, what internal temperature must it reach to ensure it's fully cooked and safe to eat? I know Nick is a turkey chef on Thanksgiving. We have swapped smoking tips. Anybody else cook the turkey in their household?
No.
Okay.
I will be surprised if I'm wrong.
Okay.
This should be right.
I like it. You got a temperature on there?
I'll be
I
surprised.
do. I'm going back and forth between a few, but once again, just
I'll be
writing it
surprised if I'm
down.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, Ray, you ready to rock?
Yes.
All right. Let's read it one more time. When roasting a turkey for Thanksgiving, what internal temperature must it reach to ensure it's fully cooked and safe to eat? Let's see it. Brian, we have 160. Kelly, 165. Scotty at 160. Nick at 165. The correct answer is 165 degrees.
There you go.
Nice job, guys. That is correct. And I'm impressed that we got close to it because
Yeah.
if you don't cook a turkey, you probably have never bothered to look up that fun fact.
I didn't know that, but I was guessing poultry, so chicken is the same temp.
Yeah, well, sure. That's true. That's true. Is anybody, a prominent player in the preparation of the turkey feast they share? If you don't host, then probably not. You might make a dish to contribute. But,
So we always go to my parents' house for every Thanksgiving. And my wife's parents don't live in the state, so we don't usually celebrate with them. But my wife then requires we do a second Thanksgiving at home. Wow. So there has been times where I had to make multiple turkeys because I may be feeding my large family
yeah.
and then also my family.
So wait. You got to prep the food and then take it to the extended family.
I have made the turkey for my extended family, my brothers, sisters, and all the kids. And then we get home, and there's another turkey I have made. Yes, I've smoked 2 turkeys simultaneously. I spatchcock them and everything, and
What did you do to him?
spatchcock. All right. Reference the
Kelly had an aneurysm over there. That was
listeners. Feel free to reference the food term episode we did. You'll understand why I know these things. It's called spatchcocking.
Oh.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Basically, you cut the spine out.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been a bachelor
Smush
for
it
a
down
long
flat
time,
so it cooks much more evenly.
Yeah.
Nothing's expected of me ever.
Yeah. You
I've been a
don't.
bachelor
You
for
never
long,
have to cook anything.
so I just show up and eat.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there was a time that you were married, and did you bring a dish? Like, did you potluck it, or did mom always take care of it?
No, I blacked out that part of my life.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I won't make you relive.
He brings a bag of chips. That's his contribution.
Not for anybody else, just for me.
Yeah, I got you. All right, nice job. Number 8 is a first for the Ultimate Trivia Podcast, as it will be our very first multiple choice.
Oh, okay.
Question.
All right.
Kelly's not a fan. I can see it already.
So you're saying there's a chance.
He does not like multiple choice.
There
Must
is
be very hard to come to this level.
just a lot of options.
Okay.
Which state takes the crown for producing the most turkeys each year,
I'm going to write the answer before you even give it.
making it the turkey capital of the United States? I am so impressed by the doctor.
He already knows it?
Well, we don't know that he knows it. He just thinks he knows
You
it.
watch and see if I touch my eraser.
Okay. He's capped the pen. I think he's locked and loaded.
I want to hear the choices.
I'm going to need the option.
Anybody else want to write one down before I read the 4 options?
No.
All right. We have North Carolina, Minnesota, Texas, and Arkansas. Scott, do you have one of those 4 on your board? Yeah, I didn't think so.
You do?
Have I touched my eraser?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay, he's
okay.
playing it coy. All right. Which
one of my
state-
guesses was an options.
You had one of the
In my
states in
head.
your head already
Yeah,
before
but
I
I'm
read
not
them.
saying-
Well, that's an
I'm not saying it's
endorsement.
right, but that's why I have to
Yeah.
go with it. Yeah.
Which state takes the crown for producing the most turkeys each year, making it the turkey capital of the United States?
Options?
Options are North Carolina, Minnesota, Texas, or Arkansas. Nick doesn't like his answer.
I have no idea. I was trying to come up with some kind of logic of why I would pick that, but I don't know.
Scott has not unlocked his eyes from me since the moment he wrote that down. I love
So
the
much
confidence.
focus.
I love it. And God, I hope it's wrong.
That'd be sweet.
Hey, when
Yeah,
we
I'm
flip our
trying.
boards, you guys just look at me
I
to
have
get the
never
answer.
wanted you to
Andy
be
doesn't
wrong
have
more.
To read it, just look at me.
All right. Which state produces the most turkeys? Let's see it. We got Minnesota from Brian, from Kelly, from Scott, and Texas from Nick. Well, I don't think we have to wonder what the right answer is. Minnesota is, in fact, the correct answer. Scotty, you got to share with us how you know that's so.
I mean, within the last, 5 to 7 years, I remember reading an article about it around Thanksgiving where they talked about where all the turkeys were.
My goodness, that brain knows no boundaries.
Wow.
That's why you're the doctor, I guess.
Job ass turkey.
Kelly, Brian, you got there. Just educated guess, a random guess. You knew the answer.
No,
you can play.
started-
You can play this however you want to.
I just started thinking it's regions kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and for some reason, Minnesota. I told you, I didn't know it was right, but
Yeah.
Minnesota popped in my head, so I ran with that.
Okay.
I was thinking somewhere Midwest, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio.
I was mainly
but
thinking
none of those were
Midwest.
options.
Oh, I should have
so-
thrown Ohio.
Yeah.
That'd have been
Yeah.
a good one. All right. Well, Minnesota is the undisputed champion of turkey production, cranking out more than 40 million turkeys each year.
Wow.
If you're eating turkey on Thanksgiving, there's a good chance it came from the land of 10,000 lakes.
Maybe if you went hunting there, you could shoot one. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Andy's an avid hunter, just so our listeners know.
Well,
Hunter, but not so much the killing part.
yeah, that's the hard part.
Actually getting the game.
He likes to sleep
I
outside.
am really good at sitting in the woods
He's a
with it.
stalker. He's a turkey stalker.
And meanwhile, Kelly just about took out a flock coming home from my house the other night.
Correct.
That's
Oh,
right.
my gracious.
Killed one on accident.
Well, that's 8 questions, Nicholas. Why don't you catch us up where everybody stands?
We have a 3-way tie for first.
Still going, huh?
Myself, Scotty, and Brian all have 5. Kelly nipping at the heels with 4.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's right there.
I didn't realize
up,
that was
catching up.
happening.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
Very sneaky.
These last two,
Underestimate my sneakiness.
Very, very sneaky.
last two, I feel good about.
Okay.
What do you mean you feel good about?
I feel good that number 9 is going to be a popular question,
Okay.
popular correct answer, and I feel like number 10 is pretty darn difficult.
I want to see a 4-way tie.
I would love to see that.
Never
I
had
agree.
one.
And by the way, my tiebreaker question, I really hope I get to read it. I'm very proud of it.
The odds are in your favor.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
far.
looking good.
All right, question number 9. 2 NFL teams have made it their tradition to play every year on Thanksgiving Day. You do need to name them both. 2 NFL teams have made it their tradition to play every year on Thanksgiving Day. Can you name them both?
I know one.
I went with the mascot, not the actual city.
That's
Is
fine.
that okay?
I'm okay with that. Yeah, did you write 2 answers?
I
down?
did. I wrote them down immediately, but the second one is.
Brian, how
I
you
wrote
feel?
down 2, and I'm still a little torn, but I erased the second one and
Okay.
replaced it. I feel pretty confident, but I'm.
Isn't there a third now?
There's a third game, but
Yeah.
there's not a third
That's
team.
okay.
Right?
This year is one of those teams. Oh, wait.
Okay. Yeah. There's no hints on this one, unfortunately. All right. Everybody's got 2 football teams, NFL football teams. I'm going to read it one final time. 2 NFL teams have made it their tradition to play every year on Thanksgiving Day, and I need you to name them both. Let's see the boards. The Lions and the Cowboys. Lions and the Cowboys all the way around. That is the correct answer. Everybody gets a point.
Right.
So I originally
stay
went
hot.
Lions and Dolphins that just popped in my head
I-
first, but then I thought about it. I'm like, no, I think it's the Cowboys.
Sure.
I
Yep.
wanted to change it to Vikings, but I couldn't bring myself to do it, and I don't know why.
Vikings. Interesting.
Well,
Well, it would be appropriate,
Minnesota,
wouldn't
they're
it?
big on turkey there, apparently.
Yeah.
Turducken.
I was just going to say, it really turned into quite a circus there for a while with Madden's,
Yeah.
8-legged turducken or whatever.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Well, the Detroit Lions started playing Thanksgiving football in 1934, and the Dallas Cowboys joined the fun in 1966. Both teams have played on Thanksgiving almost every year. Love them or hate them, their games have become as much a part of the holiday as the turkey and the pie. We still haven't talked pies and dying.
Bothering you.
It is bothering
I'm
me.
not signing a long-term contract with either team. Then I don't want to play every Thanksgiving.
No.
It's terrible.
Well, that's actually a pretty good point, other than
saying?
you're on national television, guaranteed.
I think the money might sway you, Brian.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Well, and as you mentioned, now we have the late morning game, the early afternoon game.
Yeah.
We get the game in the nighttime. I believe there is now always a Friday game as well, right?
So if I sign somewhere else, I'll get a couple in my career. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah, well, that's true too. You're going to bound to
yeah.
run through them here, aren't
Yeah.
you? Okay. Well, we are heading into the final question. Still knotted at the top, I believe.
Yes. So it's a 1-point game. Kelly's only down by 1. The rest of us are tied with 6.
Baby, I feel it. I feel it. We're going 4-way tiebreaker right here. Gosh, I love it. All right, number 10. While Macy's gets all the attention now, which city actually started the oldest Thanksgiving parade in the United States, still going strong since 1920? While Macy's gets all the attention now, which city actually started the oldest Thanksgiving parade in the United States, going strong since 1920? So we're looking for a city. Brian's got his answer going. Kelly is not confident he's going to push the tiebreaker. It looks like his board is ready. I don't think anybody is overly confident on this particular question. Certainly one I didn't know until I decided to write this
I got
question.
nothing. I'm shot in dark.
Okay. We're capping the marker over there from the doctor.
Yep. Shot in the dark as well.
Another shot in the dark. One final time while Macy's gets all the attention now. Which city actually started the oldest Thanksgiving parade in the United States, going strong since 1920? Let's see the boards. We've got Boston from Nick, and from Scott, and from Kelly. Oh, my word. And from Brian.
You got
I
that?
should have said
Unfortunately,
Chicago.
that's not the correct
Is it
answer.
Philly?
It is Philly indeed.
my other
Brian,
one.
you're the one that trivia.
I was
That was
torn
my second option. That was
because
my
just
second one.
historically, those are old. Those are two. I was torn between. Oh, man.
Brutal.
Yep. Me as well.
Yeah.
Man.
You too. You had Philly
Philly.
on the other side of
Yep.
that coin, and it just didn't
Man.
come up, huh?
I went Boston because Massachusetts. You know. Yeah.
That's, my thought process too. That's why I thought this one didn't need a multiple choice. We're going back in time. It's going to be in the East, But Philly holds the title for the oldest Thanksgiving Day parade beginning in 1920. While Macy's stole the limelight, Philly was the real pioneer in parade festivities. You guys parade, guys? You watch it? Is it a tradition in your house of any kind?
Yeah, not really.
Sit
Nope.
down
My
and
wife
watch
likes
the parade?
it.
I gotta believe Cindy likes it over there, Doc.
She'll watch it, but not a.
That surprises me.
yeah.
I would think she'd make that an event.
I had a friend from high school that did cheerleading in the Macy's Day Parade.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
There are schools in this area that have been invited to do those sorts of things along with the Rose Bowl, and that's all. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
National television like that. Well, guys, I do believe we still have a tie. Let's get a full score recap here.
Currently, we have a 3-way tie for first place with myself, Scott, and Brian.
I dig it. Let's go to the tiebreaker, baby.
Better be good. You've been hyping it up the whole show.
Oh,
I'm actually a little
you're
nervous.
going to hate it. I want to make
okay.
that super clear.
okay.
You
Wow.
are going to hate this question.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
Wow.
But I love it as the reader. I really do.
Right.
Okay, here we go. Everybody get your boards ready. Kelly's playing along, it looks like. You will only have a maximum of 30 seconds to get your answer down on the board. Okay?
Math.
And I have a feeling you'll get there sooner. There is math involved. According to the article titled, How Long to Cook a Turkey on allrecipes.com, how many minutes should you roast a 17.5-pound unstuffed turkey at the suggested 350 degrees? Kelly's on the timer.
Okay.
I'm going to read it while you guys are mathing.
Okay.
According to the article titled, How Long to Cook a Turkey on allrecipes.com, how many minutes should you roast a 17.5-pound unstuffed turkey at the suggested 350 degrees?
You said how many minutes?
How many minutes? Lots of math happening on boards. Is that it? That's the 30 seconds. I need an answer. You got 2 seconds to finalize it. All right. Let's see them. 340 from Brian, 243 from Scott, 5,500 minutes is like a day, I think.
I've totally messed up.
And 270 from Kelly. We do have a winner in the Good Doctor.
Heyo.
The correct answer is 227 and a half minutes. I am very impressed with how close that answer got.
I did dive into some math here.
You did. I'm very impressed. Yes.
I think Nick was doing seconds.
I was.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cook my ass.
I carried a number somewhere I shouldn't.
That's right. So, yeah. Congratulations, Daco. I didn't give you your round of applause. Here.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Congrats, Doc.
So a couple of important notes when cooking a turkey, as we've already identified, you got to get to 165 degrees internally. I've never actually cooked a turkey with the little pin thing that pops out, but I assume that's when it's triggered to pop is when you get to that temperature.
I imagine.
Does anybody
Yeah.
know that?
Yeah, I think so.
So how I came with my answer is like for some reason, 20 minutes a pound popped in my head. So that's where I
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's where I came with my
Yeah,
answer.
I probably should have actually wrote that down. I could reference the article, of course, but I don't remember. It was per pound. It was per pound, so
That's
I
why,
just
but
did the
for
math
some
to
reason,
come up
20
with it.
minutes.
Oh,
So
Cindy cooks the turkey for Thanksgiving at our house, and I just know approximately how long she cooks it.
Okay,
Usually around 4 hours. I know it's 20 pound, 18 pound,
just paying attention.
just paying attention.
you won on a guess is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have given the nod to Nick being the seasoned cooker.
I was for some reason I was thinking 30 minutes a pound.
went way off the rails,
And
bro.
people don't cook a turkey for 4 days though.
I went somewhere weird. Yeah.
That is the National Lampoon's turkey.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Let's jump right into our bonus question segment. I'm going to start with the Queeners as a tandem, actually.
Okay.
Are there any non-traditional food items, customs, traditions in your household for Thanksgiving? Any type that's a part of your celebration every year?
I mean, Brian brought up broccoli casserole. I don't know how common that is.
Yeah,
you know?
fair enough.
Yeah, I don't. That'd be the only thing I think of because I don't know of any others, honestly.
Play a.
It's always. I mean, this is
football
not unique at all.
game.
It's always scheduled between the games. That
dinner is scheduled between the football games.
Absolutely.
Oh man, I love your parents.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well done.
2:30, right?
Yeah, it's always between the two games because they added the night game later, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty recent.
So it's always scheduled.
Yeah, we eat at
I think that's
2:30.
I feel like that's Dad's started that.
Dad's thing. Yeah, we eat at 2:30.
Cool.
I would say we're not always sticking with. I mean, we always have a pumpkin pie, but I feel
pretty traditional.
Andy wants to talk about pies anyway.
I do.
So I feel like sometimes we'll have like a chocolate pie or some kind of random pie that's really not, it's not a pecan or kind of some of the traditional Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but you're not, just trying to envision something where you're in August and you're thinking, oh man, I can't wait to fill in the blank on Thanksgiving when we get to Thanksgiving. That's kind of what I'm thinking,
Gotcha.
Kelly, anything from you, bud? Any
Nothing
odd
out of the
traditions?
ordinary. It's all pretty traditional food.
Yeah, Nick shaking his head.
No,
over
food's
here.
always the same. I mean, I remember as a kid, like we kind of had to have our Christmas list ready when we got together with
Yes.
my extended my aunts and uncles because you get gifts from grandparents and godparents, so they had to have that list ready because that's the last time you're going to see them before Christmas.
Sure.
And then also, I think as we got older, maybe gift exchange, we would get the names for the gift exchange.
Draw your names
Yes.
for the gift exchange.
That would-
Brian,
So I'll throw that in real quick.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. At the end of the dinner, we do the adults. The kids have to have their list in, yes. But the adults, we draw names, and for the
For an
the
exchange.
adults, yeah.
Yeah.
okay. And did you make a game out of it?
Not really, but
Not
you
really.
can't draw your spouse's name.
Yeah, that's fair. Or yourself.
Or yourself. So sometimes you get halfway around the table and like, oh, I drew my name. Everyone's got to throw it back in.
Yeah.
And start over. The only way to do
Yeah,
it.
right.
Yeah.
No odd, or not odd, but non-traditional food items that it's just a family culture. For example, I have two. One, my great-grandmother, harshly German, there was always sauerkraut on the table.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Okay.
And she had these little tiny, like I guess you'd call them sherry glasses. And there would be a wine poured for everybody at the table. If you were 4 years old, you had a wine poured for you, and there was a toast before dinner.
Wow. I like that.
I don't want to get anybody in trouble here, but
Sounds like a great woman.
yeah. No, she was magnificent.
We usually have Asti
Okay.
for Thanksgiving and Christmas
Sparkling wine.
at the family dinner. But I don't think we have anything off the.
Is there a formal toast with that,
No.
or does your dad say a
Nope.
few words or anything weird?
Nope.
Okay.
But Thanksgiving is when we announced Cindy was pregnant with our firstborn.
Okay.
Was that Thanksgiving?
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's kind of a memory.
She's not pounding Asti.
Right. She wasn't pounding Asti there.
All right. Well, now I got to know favorite pie, and I would love to attach a name to who makes it.
Can I have a two-way tie?
Yeah, I mean, have a 10-way tie. I'd love to hear them all.
I don't do pie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not going
You're
specific.
not a cake guy, are you?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going specific on who makes it, but peach and cherry for me.
Peach and cherry pies
Those
for Thanksgiving.
anytime.
Oh, well.
Any pie is okay for Thanksgiving.
But Thanksgiving, yes.
Yes and no. But for
Yeah.
example, again, my grandma makes a pecan pie one year. I don't know if it was an accident or whatever, but she put chocolate chips in it. I mean, it blew my mind. And then I'm like, well, you
nice.
got to do that every year now. And so
Yeah.
that is like
That's cool.
only
Yep.
Thanksgiving. And it's a great pie. But nobody else operates that way.
Caramel, apple, walnut.
Oh, my. Whew, I got weak in the knees on that one.
That is made by Eckert's.
Oh, sure.
Nobody in the house makes or anything like that. My mom makes a pumpkin pie, but I think that's the only one that is actually made like in house.
Eckerd's is a local orchard and country store.
Exactly.
And,
Caramel, apple, walnut.
Yeah.
That's a fine pie.
yeah, it sounds
A
amazing.
fine pie.
Yeah, pumpkin and apple every year.
Great tradition
Gonna have it. Yep.
on Thanksgiving.
And the apple pie has to be hot.
Okay. Is it got like a Dutch crumb on top, or is it
Preferably,
lattice? Or okay.
preferably
With ice cream?
with ice cream.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I like cold pie.
I like pie
I
anyway.
like cold,
my pumpkin pie has
be
to
frozen.
be has
I like
to be
cold pies,
I like yeah.
Oh, pumpkin pie cold, yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
like peach and cherry for me, I like a little warm.
Sure.
Yeah.
But especially with a little ice cream to melt over.
So by the time you have your meal and you're sitting around, adjusting your belt, the pies cool down. So I will microwave my apple pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Get it nice and hot.
Well, guys, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Very excited. As I've mentioned, it is my favorite holiday. So I'm thankful for you guys in my life. Feel free to make fun of me all day like that. But anyway, that's it for today's episode of the Ultimate Trivia Podcast.
I love you, Andy.
Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe. And we would love it if you'd leave us a review. It helps us gain a little traction. And we want to make a whole lot more of these for you guys. So we'll see you next time with more trivia and more fun. Until then, keep your brains sharp, keep those bellies full and laughing.